Testing. 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay, that's it. Let's see. All right, first off, let's jump over here to our scans. Right now I'm seeing BMGL and SOBR that are up. BMGL up 115% and SOBR up 56%. All right, before we get started, let's go ahead and put up that disclaimer. Then we're going to jump into what's going on around here. All right, so first off, let's look at BMGL. BMGL out here. And we probably need to go back to the daily chart. All right, so here's this daily chart. Looks like it closed at 182 and went up to a high of 485 this morning. 485. So 45 is somewhere right in along this area here. But still, we need to figure out where some obvious levels are. Up here, you know, we got the 940 at the top. Let's zoom back and see if we can see any more obvious levels. We know it traded around here, but it didn't really have a hard stop or anything like 940. Right here, 477. That's 2 times it came into this level and kind of struggled. Then 551 up there. Okay, so 477. Let's go ahead and mark that. They got a touch point here and a touch point here. So 475 is where I'm really gonna be looking. That's on the daily. Let's just say it's unconfirmed on today that is going to be the stop point. Unconfirmed resistance. July the 9th. July the 9th, man. This month is already moving on down. Probably should have put daily on there. All right, so let's continue to zoom back on, or actually, no, it can't zoom back anymore. That's it. That's it. So 475 is it. Okay. All right, let's look at SOBR. SOBR. SOBR closed yesterday at 337. Had a little spot, but it's now up to 5. It hit a high of 648. So all the way up here in this level. So do we have any clear levels here? Let's see, 570, around 575, but well above that is, let's zoom back a little bit. Any obvious spots? Then we had that gap down. So I don't really see any super obvious spots there. I do see top and tail wicks and things. We'll see how that trades. One that was moving yesterday. Let's go ahead and jump back to the 15-minute. Now, those are the two that are actually on the scan, but let's jump back to over here. One that was moving yesterday crazy was Proc. We saw Proc all day yesterday, halting every single second. Every single second, it was just halting. It went from A starting price in pre-market is 64 cents, all the way up to $4, almost $5. But this thing was a halt fest, and I just was looking for regular trading. It had a catalyst, but it was forcing people to play in halts. It was halting down, halting up, halting all around. So I just was like, all right, this is a little bit too much. But today, with its price opening up, or its price closing the previous day above 75 cents, it won't be able to halt like that. So it's going to actually have to trade, actually have to try to hold up. So we'll see how that goes today. It is up 20%. It is up 20%. Let me remove some of these. And had a low down here. So it's got the ATR high of 417. It's got a low down here of 380. It has 17 million shares, but it is not on the scan yet, probably because it doesn't have the relative volume. The other ones that were moving yesterday were BTCS. This one pulled, it absolutely flooded down. So they had offering news. They said that they were trying to raise money, $250 million. They got going up from $2.82 all the way up here to $5.89. And in aftermarket, they pulled the plug. Now, I don't know if they actually did the offering, but there was a huge drop from 639 all the way down here to 456. So now it's trading below both ATRs on today. The other one was SQNS, also did a pull the plug move. So it was at 146, came up here to like 240s, went all the way up here, and then had this huge nasty drop right around lunchtime. So we're going to clean those off. They're not really getting much volume, BTCS and the other one. They're both negative on the day. But we'll keep up sober. We'll keep up proc to see what it wants to do. It's up 24% now, holding above this ATR high. And we'll keep up BMGL, which kind of got slapped in the mouth. 34 million shares traded on it. I think proc is the only one that's really performing right now. Does not, let me see, did it get more news on today? Let me see, it had news yesterday. Proc July 8th, so news from yesterday, no news today. Kidney disease and diabetes was the reports a statistically and clinically significant top-line result for phase 2 Regen 007 trial evaluating rilparencel in patients with chronic kidney disease and diabetes. All right. Let's jump over here to our friendly Yahoo Finance front page to see what people are seeing as soon as they log in. Let's see. So another tariff delay. Apple's longtime number 2 leader to step down at a tumultuous time. Trump promises fresh tariff letters on the way. Actually, let's look at the overall market. Where is it sitting? It is green on the day. Still sitting up there at the 2300s at the highs, basically. Let's go look at the daily. All right, so yeah, this thing has been packing up. Many investors have been liking the bill that passed, the money that will be stimulated in the market for 401ks and any invested funds. And so it's making people's their investments look real good, especially investments that are paying dividends or investments that have been held for a long time. A lot of value there. So a lot of people that are invested are getting the majority of the assistance or stimulus from this bill. If you're not invested, it's gonna be hard. There's not a lot of money coming to non-investors for sure. Let's look at where oil is. Oil steadily, come on, oil. So returning back and just continuing to consolidate around this 67 level. Price of oil, not bad. We don't see any huge spikes. All right, let's jump back over here and see what's going on. BMGL. Let's jump down to the lower time frames now. So we got three on the watch. We saw the front page news. Well, did we finish reading it? Let's see. Trump promises. Let's refresh this and make sure we're on the most current one. Looks like we are. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go over here and look through these three that we do have. All right, so going down the list, we got the 15-minute for BMGL. Let's jump down to the 5-minute. So this is that daily unconfirmed resistance that we found on the chart, which it did end up falling down from because it was a super obvious level. All right, so let's see what we can see. That's kind of steep. All right, so we got some type of trend there. And then this one to here is just too steep, so we have to see it come down. But it doesn't have a catalyst on BMGL, so we'll see what happens on that. Let's run down to the 1 minute. Actually, I should have did this on the 1 minute. All right, so let's look deeper. Got a couple possibilities. But we got to see, does any catalyst pop out of this? So basically I draw as many trends that I can possibly see and try to see what it respects and if that thing becomes some type of resistance. All right, so let's go back to the 15-minute and jump over to PROC, which now has more volume than Sober. PROC hit a high of 546. I mean, it does have a little level from aftermarket yesterday, but I don't know how that's going to impact. Everything else down there is just too steep. Okay, well, that'll have to pull back or do something. Let's go to Sober. Go down to the 1 minute. Pretty much the same on the 1 minute. Now I want to see where respect starts to happen, if at all. All right, back over to PROC. PROC just continues to kind of rally up, trying to get to that $5 again, but that $5 may become some type of resistance for it, especially if volume starts to dry up. But volume is still coming in about around 10,000. Looks like about 10,000 per second or so. $20 million shares traded on it, but still has not reached the scans. It is just something that I had on the watch from yesterday just to see how it acted today, because all those halts were crazy. just a little bit. BMGL. If you guys are seeing anything else that could be sucking up the volume, let's go look at that too. Throw it in the chat and we will definitely look into that. So this is product coming up here to this 5, right under the 5 again, finding previous problems. So with this, if it can close this candle like this, which would be in like 30 minutes, close below the 488, I would say this is a confirmed resistance on the day for prop. Also, let's look at these BMGL and Sober and see where they're actually from. BMGL. Basel Medical Group. Basel Medical Group Limited provides healthcare services in Singapore. The company offers general and subspecialized orthopedic, trauma, sports medicine, and neurosurgical services such as knee, hip replacements, sports medicine services, spine surgery, foot, ankle surgery, and minimally invasive orthopedic procedures, as well as other complex neurosurgical procedures. Its services also include consultation, medical diagnosis, and all this stuff in Singapore. It opened up in 2023, so very new company there on BMGL. So let's add that to the notes here. Singapore company. Singapore. Singapore medical. Was it healthcare and medical care? Okay, healthcare. Healthcare. And incorporated 2023. 2023, okay. So there's our reminder. So I can see that all day. What that is. Let's go to Sober. All right, Sober Safe Inc., a hardware software company, provides non-invasive technologies to monitor and identify the presence of alcohol in North America. The company offers Sober Check and Sober Sure that enables non-invasive alcohol monitoring and detection, biometric identity verification, and qualified real-time cloud-based alerts and reporting. And Sober Safe, a touch-based alcohol monitoring and detection product. Sober Safe Inc. was founded in 2004 and is headquartered in Greenwood Village, Colorado. All right, so let's mark that. Let's put that note in there for Sober. Sober Safe. This is Sober. This will be our out of Colorado, Greenwood Village, Colorado. Alcohol detection. So alcohol detection software, hardware. and has no catalyst on the day. No day one catalyst. I should have put no day one catalyst on the other one too. Catalyst. Okay. Bam. All right. So there's our note from that, and we need to go and change that other note on BMGL. No day one catalyst. If it gets a catalyst, then that'll change. But no day one catalyst as of now. All right, so let's look at PROC. PROC has what looked like some type of trend here, but I didn't know if it was too steep and if it's going to end up breaking down. But it looks like it wants to try to go and retest that. This is a 15-minute. From yesterday, PROC. Let me see. What is PROC? Pro Kidney Corporation. So Pro Kidney Corp, a clinical stage biotechnology company, deploys cell therapy platform for the treatment of multiple chronic kidney diseases in the United States. Its lead product candidate is rilparencel, includes autologous selected renal cells in phase 3, phase 2 clinical studies in subjects with moderate to severe chronic kidney diseases, diabetes. The company also develops a cryopreserved version of this whatever that allows for long-term product preservation to be used in phase 2, phase 3 trials. Okay, was founded in 2015 and is headquartered in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. All right, so I'll add that note. This is a kidney disease, kidney and diabetes. Okay, out of North Carolina. Which is a continuation stock from yesterday with no continuation with no day one catalyst. All right. And it came out in 2015. All right, there is our note. All right, so this one has 21 million. It's got a lot of focus. We'll see if it breaks over this 488. Let's jump down to the lower time frames. It's the 5-minute. Definitely tried. Got a little peak above that level to the 493s, but couldn't quite get over. Let's look up here on the 1-minute. Up 30% now. Definitely looked like you wanted to break right there. $493 double top right there on the 1-minute. Let's see if it actually breaks, or is it going to break down the bottom of this candle, this 1-minute candle at 486. Okay, broke down 486. So definitely a nice double top right there, 493 on PROC, up 29%. What's up, Cable? So we are looking at the 2 or 3 stocks that are moving this morning. BMGL, PROC from yesterday that was doing all the halting, Sober from today, and none of them have day one catalyst on today. So it's a lot of just waiting, kind of. And PROC is playing around. People want to see it go above 5, but it just keeps struggling. had a nice little what looked like an uptrend, but I haven't found where the respect level is, um, where it's actually facing that resistance that's going to kind of turn it around on a day. And I'm also waiting for some catalyst to pop. But yeah, hit a high during the early part of pre-market at 546 and has been trying to get back over the fives. Let's go look at BMGL. So BMGL, I took notes on each of these. So if I zoom out, I should see my notes. Where my notes at? Where's my note? Is it that far out? Let me. Yeah, I just want to see my. I just want to see my note out there. I guess I can't. Huh? Okay, well, let's zoom back. I think I did on the 15 minute. That's why. All right, yeah, there's a note. All right, so note, no day one catalyst. This is a Singapore. Oh, I've got to get y'all over to the right screen. No day one catalyst. This is a Singapore-based company, healthcare. They do like sports medicine type procedures. You know, ACL tears and rotator cuff surgeries and things, but minimally invasive things incorporated in 2023. The other one is Proc is the number 2. It's a continuation with no day one catalyst, and they're working on kidney. Now let me move this up some. I want to be able to see this a little bit better than this. I think about put it off the screen. Now, let me just put it up here where the level of looks like it's pushing up. All right, let's go back to the 1 minute. All right, 495. It keeps challenging, trying to get through that 5 cents away from the 5, but it is a little choppy here. It is a little choppy. Looks like it's going to get that 5. Got a little 5 touch. Is it going to get slapped in the mouth here? Back through the 490s. There's a big wall right there. Oh, it just got eaten through. Big wall at 5. Let's see if it makes it back there. I just saw a huge size. Yep, right back under 5. There it is. Okay. All right, so we got this trend down here. Probably is going to have to check into it. At this point, the trend looks like it's at 438, and it's right there with that point of control. Oh, but it keeps shooting up. Okay. 30 seconds left on this one. We'll see if it can get back under 492. Continuation stock pushing on up. So a 10-cent breakout over a whole dollar level. Okay. 17-cent breakout. ATR on Proc, well, it's not on the scans yet, so I can't even really see that. Only up 37% though. We still got BMGL leading the day in volume and in percent gain, up 111%. Yeah, this thing is really, really grindy. Took it a while to do this breakout from 493 up here, but now it's trying to open up, and it's up to 40%, or yeah, 40% now. 23 million shares traded. Okay, BMGL kind of going flat. Has a couple of levels down here that they can fall through. 41% on this continuation stock. Proc looks like it's trying to get back to that 540 level. It's a big slam area for it. And Sober just not keeping up in volume at all. It's still got 12 million. So a continuation stock is outperforming it. Right back up here to this 530 level. Let's see if it faces some slammage up here. Let's go back to the 5, 15, 546. Looks like it might pop over that 546 here and make a new high. Okay, so it would need to get back under 511 at this point to show weakness, because that was a lot of strength that just showed from over that 5 breakout. So hit the top 546, and I would say that is confirmed resistance. $5.46, but it's only 10 cents away, so it's still got some playroom here. Let's go back to the 5-minute. 24 million shares traded on this thing. So it made this big U shape, but with no day one catalyst. It just had that continuation news. So let's see if they find weakness on this continuation to get it back down here. It's got room back down to let's see, 440s right now. And there are no halts now because we are during pre-market, so all that's out the window. If it wants to, really fall or really go up, it can do it without any limitations. It's going to be a lower high. Yep. All right, so 546, and now we got a 537 lower high, what it looks like. Throwing it on back up there. Wow. Breaking all the way through that. Let me go back to the 5. So it got a higher high here. All right. Wow. Okay. Definitely buying up here is buying the top for sure. Look at this extension on the 1 minute. But, if you're only looking for 5 cents, 10 cents, maybe there's a little bit of juice there. Coming right back down. Let's see if it gets back under this bottom of this candle, 548, 550. 550, 549. Let's see if it can give us some red here. One minute, giving us that top and tail wick. Coming right back down that previous breakout level. Still has room all the way down here to the 442s. You said good afternoon, MBIO. Let's go see MBIO here. MBIO. Think we saw this one before? Yeah. Okay, so on Monday it had quite a bit of a run from yeah, I did trade this. Okay, yeah. I got green on this. Let me see. So it's been a couple days. It had a little it got under the ATRs and faded. And now today it's ramped back up, hit a high of 409s. Let's see who's trading this. Let's see how much volume it has on it. So 31%, 11 million shares traded. Okay. Let's see if they get any more continuation news, or what are they doing? They got news. Well, this is a collective news. They just got added to this list. And sometimes they put this out like this where it looks like it has news, but it's actually in a collection of tickers. So it doesn't have any news standing on its own on MBIO, but definitely made a move from $2.64 lows back up here to the $4 during pre-market. So don't know what that one can do, but I do know it has 3 tickers above it with more volume. So we'll see if that volume fades off of BMGL, PROC, and SOBR. It's going to need to fade off of those before anything can happen with this one on a day trade. Okay. Let's go back over to PROC playing around this 550. Oh boy. Well, it was at 559, it's at 570s. Yeah, I don't know about MBIO. It's got a lot of competition on the board for sure. This thing just popped 20 cents. We just looked away from it for a second. And it is quite extended at this point. Yeah, this thing's trying to get to 6. Let me look at what the high was. Okay, the high was yesterday is 491. So it's about $1 above the high from yesterday. Yeah, that's a crazy continuation move, going back down to $3, or from 546 down to $3, giving back $2 worth of profit, and then coming back up here. It's a hefty move. It's now up 57%, and it is in the number 2 spot on the day. The fact that it still hasn't hit the scans means that the R ball hasn't been met yet, probably, or because it's definitely meeting the percent gain. It's meeting the over $2. It's meeting the low float, meeting everything's got to be R ball. The interest on this stock. Still has room all the way back down. So let's see. There's some type of trend as well. I don't know where this thing's trend. What I do is I continue to draw these until it comes down and actually respects one or something. Then I want to see it become a little bit of resistance, especially if there's no catalyst. But this one has continuation catalyst, so that's why people are on this one. For those who were waiting for it to actually start trading, but it hasn't had any real consolidation. It just kind of went down, came back up. No real consolidations, tight consolidations. So now BMGL is under 100%. So all of our movers right now are looking like under 100%, unless I'm missing some that may be cheaper. But Proc continuing to make new highs. 1 cent breakout. Yeah, it looks like it wants to touch 6. 598. Wow. Every time it drops, it's like, okay, is this it? Nope. Back up. Wow, man. Never did come back down and do any check-ins. Just straight up. So if this is where people are, and it looks like it's gonna actually become the number one on the day, it's got 30 million shares traded right now. Up 69%, 8 million from taking the number one spot and being up, having 40 million shares traded. Point of control at 486 right now. Oh boy. Well, Proc looks like it wants to go to 7. All right, where is the wall gonna be? Look over here on the daily chart. Daily chart, we stopped yesterday, hit a high of $5, and now we're up to 7. And there are no obvious levels out here at all. Like, it's just, yeah, I don't know. No obvious levels on the daily chart. So this one's going to be hard to kind of justify or understand why it's doing what it's doing. But that's okay. 650s just got hit. That's a crazy move there. Got room down to the 493s, looks like. Hmm. Yeah, it's gonna have to check in at some point. 32 million shares traded on it. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. So we have 3 stocks over 50%. None of them over 100 anymore. All right, so now it's got room all the way back down here to, I mean, its check-in is way down there. This really, I wouldn't even count that as trend. That's just extension. Yeah, it's got quite a bit that it can come down now. Let's see it all the way down here to this. I mean, I'm just drawing the trends that make sense to me that aren't super steep that actually could be a trend. Because you really can't put a trend in here like this straight up, you know, be like, oh yeah, this right here is a trend right here. That's a trend. Nah, bro. That's it's like a death slope. All right, coming back to 6. 33 million shares traded. Is probably going to be the leader in volume here in a second. Which means anything else that pops up is going to have some definite competition because I don't know if the shorts are going to get off of this one and try to go to somewhere else. So right back to the 6. Let's jump back to the 15-minute. See what this actually looks like. So faced some 15-minute resistance here at the 645, but has not closed this candle yet. So I don't know where it's going to end up closing there. So jump to the 5-minute. Bottom of the previous candle is 571. Okay. Maybe it does want to trade up here for a little bit. I don't know. Let me look at where its R-ball is. Why is this thing not showing up? Is the R-ball still that low? MBIL has more R-ball than it. And it has, looks like they just put out, oh, it had that catalyst or whatever, but it just has that, has a lot of competition above it. Oh, I remember. Proc is a higher float stock. Okay. That's what it is. I was looking for it on a low float moving like this. No, it's a higher float. That's why it's not up there. Okay. Now I remember. So Proc's float, let's see what his float was yesterday. Shares outstanding float is 90 million on Proc. That's why it's not on my scanner. I'm glad. Ooh, I'm glad it didn't pop on my scanner. Gee whiz. All right. This is a higher flow stock. So this is some real red flag movement here. For it to be moving like this with this high float, when it does go down for real, it's going to be quite dangerous. Yeah, boy. That's not going to be pretty at all. That's crazy. That high float is going to slam. See, this is why you have to kind of sit back and breathe. You'd be like, why is this thing not popping on my scanner? My low flow scanner is moving like a low flow, but it is definitely not. It's a small cap, but as a pre-market trade, I look for low floats to trade. And so I just had it on the scan. I was like, man, why is this thing this active? Ah, yeah, this is going to be dangerous here in a second. All right. But just drawing conclusions, you know, breathing through my nose, in through my nose, out through my mouth, you know, staying oxygenated, keeping from making bad decisions early in the morning. Yes. Now it all is coming together while it's trading like this. $90 million in the float is crazy. And it's actually trying to lead the day too. Okay. And everything else is kind of just sidelined by Proc taking all of the volume. MBIO, Sober, all of these other ones are kind of just like, yeah, we don't know what to do with that. Whew. Ah. Time to start to revert to the mean now. So the ATR on proc yesterday was, it closed with ATR of 41 cents. ATR today is, let's see, ATR today is 81 cents. So pretty much double this ATR from yesterday's close. But will it revert to the mean is the question. So looking at the trends that I drew here, let's see. So back over to MBIO and all of these. I didn't draw a trend for MBIO. Let's see. Don't really know what it can do. Let's focus on Sober. Sober came back and tested this trend down here. But with no catalyst, it has way more room to go down and test some other trend here than to make this a turnaround point. All right, back up to proc. Got a nice double bottom here at 590. Very nice. And I'm thinking a break of this could get us going down. We'll see though, because this is a higher float. So it could hold for a minute and then end up dropping eventually through these $596 level. This is definitely a outlier stock. Moving like this with a higher float, that just normally does not happen. Especially during pre-market. Tapping the VWAP again on BMGL. Let's see what BMGL is over here doing. Okay, so they had, oh yeah, it did come down through one of the trends and it settled on one. Okay, and it looks like it formed a little bit of resistance at one. So it's trading in between these two on BMGL. Let's see, does it respect, which side does it respect the most and which side does it break? Still leading the day in volume on BMGL though, with all this going on. Proc getting some tighter ranges in here too. Biggest candle that it did was right here from 591 up here to 633. I mean, absolutely moving like a low float. 590s, 630s. That's a huge candle for this float. Now let's see what's going to be the biggest candle to the downside. This point, it's got room down to the 5, right around a dollar drop. Down here if it can do it. They did put out news this morning, which is talking about they're going to be participating in the annual kidney virtual conference. And I don't know how that made this move like this. Just participate in a virtual conference. Okay. So a Zoom call. Interesting. That news came out pretty early today, but yeah. This one has trap written all over it for me. Higher float, weak news, and then even weaker news this morning. Oh yeah, we're doing a Zoom call in this conference. Okay. Circle through again. MBIO. Still not sure about that one. It's got a lot of competition. Sober. Continue to bump its head on that top trend. See if we see that break on down. Proc back down to 55%. 2 million shares away from taking the lead position in volume on the day. Room all the way down here to 513. Now it's finally popping on my skin. It finally met the criteria that I like to see on these types. So yeah, and now it's falling. That's crazy. 54%, and then BMGL has lost. So BMGL has 45 million in the shares traded on this morning. Proc has 50. So plenty of shorts. We got to see Proc really fell out and really just, choose a direction hard for anything else to really get active. Plus, it has a weak catalyst on the day. So some people are like, oh, it's got a catalyst on the day. But did you read it though? Did you read it though? Is what we're asking. This is what the catalyst is. So pro kidney to participate in HC whatever virtual meeting Monday, July 14th. So that's next week. The format is a fireside chat. Okay. The live webcast will be accessible through the events section of the investor relations tab within Pro Kidney's website. Investors interested in one-on-one meetings should contact their representative. Okay. So, yeah. Let's go back and look at that 15 minutes, see how it's setting up. So this is what prox 15 minute, really, really bad looking 15 minute. It could easily continue to fade here. Top of this was 645. I'm gonna go ahead and put that as confirmed 15-minute resistance for sure. That thing is, yeah, super obvious 15-minute resistance. BMGL continue to walk down as well. No day one catalyst, Singapore company, healthcare. Actually, they do like sports medicine stuff, so I'll put that in there. Like orthopedic sports medicine stuff. Procedure. Okay, in Singapore. Okay. Sober. 15-minute. These wicks really look kind of questionable on sober. MBIO. Getting that wiki look as well. Something's gonna come up with the catalyst. Something's gonna give us some food today. Bottom of this candle is the 570s. Be closing this 15-minute candle in like 10 minutes. Hitting that $6 level as a top. $6.12s, but still a whole lot of red above it. About to close this 5-minute candle. Go to the 5. Did a slight breakout on the 5 and about 15 seconds left on this 5-minute. All right, new 5-minute. Let's jump down to the 1. See if we can break down this 595 level. Okay, 590, 598, 595 got tapped. People trying to hold it up there. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Okay, they did hold it up there. See if they can go ahead and push it through 595. Definitely a lower high created. A lot of volume coming in there. I see this volume building up. A lot of volume at that price level. $6. Okay. Has this new bottom here at, well, not new bottom, but has a bottom here at 568 that is pressing towards. This be the start of the walk down. 20 cents to this level. Still seeing that volume come in, but no real movement downwards. So it may take a little bit more time here. Oh, more volume coming in. Yeah, it may take a little bit of time with that high float. But this is the leader on the day with BMGL continuing downward. So it was not able to hold this uptrend. So I'll get rid of that one. All right, and we'll see if it treats this as some type of respect level, but it's still got room down to the main one down here for sure. Sober, same look. MBIO, pretty much same look, kind of flat consolidation with some topping wicks and lower highs. Okay, oh, it did break down. Looked away for a second, man. And this is why when I get into a trading a small cap, I usually don't just be switching screens. I go ahead and get out of the trade because literally you just look away for a second and it's out. But in this, you can't put a hard stop in. So, you just be out. Okay. So at this point, it has defeated the uptrend and now it's starting a downtrend. Let's go to the 5 minute. 5 minute, this is what we're looking like out here, just walking down. 15 minute, walking down as well. Yeah, so this month is definitely a little bit slower as far as good catalysts coming out. And I'm okay with that because it's making me realize, okay, well, some months they're just full of good catalysts, a lot of opportunity to really attack on day one catalysts and make some money. And some months it's like, a virtual conference. But I'm sure there'll be another something good coming out though. Point of control just moved up there. Let's see if it starts trading under the point of control. Point of control on the 1 minute is 490. Woo! Big jab down. I'll go as far to say that I think the shorts are getting more and more confident as these candles get smaller. Because yesterday the shorts were not doing their job at all on this one. It was just halting and nobody could trade it. But now today is reckoning. We got another one, KZIA popping up, KZIA. All right, KZIA, 13 bucks. Let's go see what's going on over here. It got earnings. What's today? So it says early efficacy data from first. They have a cancer patient receiving some kind of combination of drug or whatever. All right, let's jump down to the 1 minute. Let's look at the float here. Float is 5.58 million. All right, let's go ahead and see what KZA, see where it's from and all of that good stuff. KZIA. Okay, so this one is from Australia. Sydney, Australia. KZ Therapeutics Limited, together with its subsidiaries, operates as an oncology-focused biotechnology company in South Korea. Its lead development candidate is Paxilipsilb, a small molecule brain penetrant inhibitor of the oh my goodness words, which is in the phase 3 clinical trial for the treatment of glioblastoma. Glioma, diffuse intrinsic pontine glioma. All right, ovarian cancer, breast cancer, triple negative. Okay, so we got cancer out here in this one. All right, let's go check the daily chart for this real quick. KZIA closed up at 683, and now it is all the way up to hit a high of 15s up here. So let's zoom back and see if there's any obvious levels that it could. So 1320s was the level, and it already hit this gap top. Okay. All right, so watching KZIA here. KZIA here. 74% up. Trading back into this level down here. %, huh? Trading back. Let's watch this candle close. This is a one. That's a little 1 minute down here. We'll see if it can continue to hold up some type of way. Everything else is kind of looking steep. Looking steep up in here, so I don't really know. Kind of steep. But I am interested. I am interested. Trading back in this level. Australian stock, huh? I'm gonna let this candle close here because this is quite a bit of ways away from the top of this. Four million shares traded. Okay, I like this pattern. All right. Let's see if it wants to continue to drop through here. Are you going to drop a little bit more? Okay, holding up there. Go ahead and jump in here. 10 shares. Looking to see where it pushes down to. 15 shares in. $25 shares in there. See if it does any kind of more walking down. Looking to get a full position at 300 shares, but I only got 25 right now. So invalidated that. Cool. 1189 is my top. I'll go ahead and take some down here. 30 shares in now. Has a bottom down here at 1041. Taking. Got 50 shares in. Bottom there. Let's go ahead and remove 50 shares in. To the right. See if it wants to continue to go down. Okay, 55 shares in there. Right back into this previously traded level. Gonna take that little breakdown. Can we get some more breakdown? $11. Can we get 11? I'm gonna take a little bit there. Right back into this previously traded level. Almost 100 shares in now. All right, 125 in. We got a bottom here of 1044. Okay, 100 shares there. Got 150 in there. 55. $5 million shares traded on this. 160 in. 170 in. All right. $100 is at 1204s right now. Them 1204s. We'll see what happens. Still got quite a bit to add for 300, but yeah, just watching. News on today. We'll see how this activates. Let's go look at this 15-minute real quick. So we got a 15-minute just letting it do its thing. Came from down here at $7. Forming a nice little, another little tail here. So we'll see if we can get some ads, or does it want to continue down a little bit? What do you want to do? $10.92s. We got this bottom here, 1041. Adding in here a little bit, 175 in, 180s. Looking for this little uptrend to kind of hold if it can. Just added 10 shares. $100 is at $11.98 right now. 1198. Again, holding. Let's see if we can get back over the 1130s, 1130-ish level. A little pop over that. Nice. Adding to that, 200 in off this trend. 100 bucks is at 1194 there. Zoom, doom, doom, 137. Let's see if we can hold up here. We got this bottom down here, 1114. Looking for it to trade back over the top, if possible. There we go. All right, 140s. Can we get back over 12s? Nice. Any more? Okay, opening there. So we got quite a bit of ways away. All right, so let's see if we can get a break. If we can get a break, I'm going to start taking off a little bit. That pretty much got my first goal. I couldn't get a sell on the ask. All right, I'll let it play up a little bit. Couldn't get my sell off on the ask though. But we're looking good right now. If it can get that break. Couple seconds until this candle closes. Okay, we got a higher close there. Bottom here at 1190s or whatnot. Let's see if we can get a push up at all. This is a lower high though. Looking for that 12 push. Okay. Nice little push up. Let's see what it can do from here though. Need to get over those 12s. Okay, can we show some green over here? New candle opening up a higher, like that. Can we show any green? Need to do a break of this, break back over this level of the 12s. Nice little bumpy action there. Can we get the break? 12. Man, hard break, huh? Okay, so I don't know if we're going to get that break. Come on now. Stopping right there on it. 3 seconds left on this candle. That was a crazy non-break, bro. So 1194, 20 cents away is where the $100 mark is, but it definitely did not want to get through there, I guess. $15 seconds left on this candle. That was a crazy level not to break though. All right. Let's see where this one leads. Can we get a 12 break on this one? $11.96, $11.98. Tap on 12, no break. There we go. All right, so let's see if we can get some throws off here. 12.30s. Let's see if we can get any more over this. This candle hasn't closed yet, just the first little nugget. Okay, can we get any more pushing up? This is crazy. We can't get a full push out of this. Go ahead and, okay, got a little sell off there. I mean, I'm up my 100, so it is what it is at this point. But it does not seem to want to sell. Getting some sales off. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Come on, bro. Another failure there. Come on, man. 135. I hate when this stuff comes up on my screen. I can't see anything. I cannot see. Oh my God. All right. Well, we gave it a chance. Whatever. I took off a little bit of size there. Maybe it'll need to retry. Trying to set out a little bit, but it seemed like it just, wow. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus, help us here. All right. Still holding the 135, but yeah, I'm looking to definitely mitigate this to the green side. I need to see you back over 40s quickly. Can you see this candle close? 2 minutes left. Okay, so now it's treating this as resistance. It's got to get over. Yeah, okay. Selling a little bit of it pops up. Just take the green and mitigate the risk. Not getting a lot of help here though. Gee whiz. All right, so back down to 90 shares on it. It's treating that as there it is. 85 shares left. So I took a little bit off, but yeah, this is not acting the way that I was wanting it to act. So definitely not looking to get pitchforked here. Not looking to get pitchforked at all. 55 shares left. Throwing out shares, just alleviating my position because I don't like that lower high that it formed. 25 shares left, mitigating the risk. I can always get back in, so that's why I'm kind of making sure that I'm safe here. Five shares left, so at this point, this 5 shares really can't hurt me. Don't know why, man. That thing, but I can always get back in another 200 shares, so it is what it is. Yeah, I didn't like that lower low anyway. All right, I'm all the way out. Didn't like any of that. It may continue down. I was looking for it to just boop, but it would not. All right, so let's identify again what we got. If it's going to end up breaking this, because this is a lower high, could have room further down, but I'm definitely going to be looking for it to do a little turnaround at some point. It has a low down here of 1041. Man, I was expecting that thing to just spook, but as soon as I saw this right here, I was like, all right, that's a signal. Let me just play this safe. Hmm. Ah, boy. Let's see if it wants to get down through here because it made a lower high. And then the next one is at 1040s on this low volume. There it goes. All right, is it going to go on down under 11? Yep. All right. So not quite a complete breakdown there. See how this candle closes. Man, I thought it was going to do better than that, man. Okay, so we have a low down here of 1095. Got to see how this candle closes though. Point of control right now is at the 1162s. Bottom of this candle, 1095. Okay, buddy. You want to get on back up there, but that's the level that we marked as possible resistance, so I don't know what it's going to do from there. Let's see if it gets slapped in the mouth. Little slappage in the mouth. Is it going to stay down though? Maybe, maybe not. Hmm. Let's see how this candle closes. That was wild. That thing didn't go. Close underneath. All right. Close underneath previous trend. So let's see if it gets some continuation down to this 1117. Gotta enter that, man. Got 20 in, 25 in. See if it can feed back above this trend. So in 55 shares there. Looking for it to feed above this trend. Back in 100. Looking for it to feed. Can you feed us? This bottom here, 1095, I'm gonna have to get out. This is the second time that it's doing this. It's gonna have to show me something here. Looking for the break of this level up here, if possible. Gonna have to show me something. We got a small W pattern in here is what it looks like. And I'm not expecting another one of these big dumps here. So average price 1180s, 120 in. Looking for it to hold up this level. Looking for the next candle to close higher than this previous fall down. $6 million shares traded. Okay, closed higher. Can we see some green? 75, 1175. Yep. All right, I'm gonna add there. Looking for it to hold up these levels. Adding in there. So my $100 mark is at 1252 right now. Looking for this break. Trying to get back to my original position there. All right. So we're back in 200, looking for it to hold this up and start getting out of here. Start to trend upward. $100 is at 1234 right now. Giving another time on this thing, man. Another little dip down. This time kind of holding up, so we'll be looking to add back over this, but this is looking like resistance up here, so you got to be careful. This top level trend looking like resistance. Got to show us some green, buddy, but I don't know if it can. A little bit of green. It's gonna have to get all the way back past this top level of 1171, which I don't know if it can do. Can we see the 60s? New candle there. Okay. And we get back up there past this level. 1171s. Oh boy. What a roller coaster. All we want to do is just reclaim, bro. That's it. I haven't even got to my full position. I got 100 more shares to add to it, but yeah, we're gonna have to see it over the highs here of 1150. Another one just popped up, Evoke. Evoke making its way onto the range as well. Let's see what this one's talking about. Evoke trading higher after announced it received a notice of allowance for U.S. patent application covering Gitmo in patients with moderate to severe symptoms of gastroparesis. Okay. So we'll see what Evoke is doing. A little bit lower volume and a cheaper stock. Let's see, Evoke. Evoque. All right. So I didn't even realize I wasn't on the screen. Okay. My bad. I'm in 200 shares. Was all of that not on this, bro? Well, okay. Well, I got back in 200 shares. I got zoned in. My bad. I was up here. It dropped. I sold. Boy, I didn't even realize it. All right, and EVOC is up here as well. EVOC only up 44% though. We'll see what it does with KZIA. Higher price stocked, thinking it can at least try to retest. I mean, as the highs were 15. So let's see what it ends up doing. It's making a lower level now, which is not good. KZIA, why you do this to me? All right, so now let's see if we can start to reclaim. Whoops, wrong. Let's see if you can get back over. Be adding at this 1123 up here. We can get back up there. But it may not. Then we got EVOC doing this thing as well. Looks like it just wants to walk down a little bit, to be honest. Okay, there's a something. Can I add down here? Can we hold these levels? Let me let this candle close. It should be opening the next candle now. There. Can we start ramping back up and breaking highs? Breaking back over $11. Breaking back over $11. Maybe not. So previous low at 1063, looking like it's trying to walk down a little bit on me. New candle about to open. Can we get back over 1096? There we go. Just get some more pressure to the upside. 1096 back towards that 11 is what I'm looking for the pop through. 1097s, 225 in. 100 bucks is at 1218 right now. There we go. All right, headed back up. Let's see what it wants to do here in 255 now. Looking for it to get back over this uptrend. There it is, making its way back up there. Let's see if we can get all the way up. Yep. Second time doing this, so giving a little bit more run for its money here. Let's see if you can push over 1130s. If I'm wrong again, I'm just gonna have to cut it and be like, well, take that loss. Had one trend, had another trend. We're looking for it to hold up. Needs to get over 1125s. Still see Evoke acting up over there. It's got 4 million shares traded and it is catching up very quickly with KZIA. Engulfing candle, I don't like any of this. Come on, man. Well, this one may be proving me wrong once again. These engulfing candles are killing me. Oh boy. Let's see if we can hold 1050s here. 30 seconds left on this candle. Making these lower lows. Thought it could get back up there, but just is not playing the game as I thought it could. $10.75s. What's $10.75 gonna be looking like? New candle open up right at the bottom there. So it's 1, 2 fall downs, 3 fall downs. I mean, this thing is just falling down. That's its MO, falling down. Can we get 1050? 1050 tap. All right, so the volume is just not looking like it's gonna be suitable. Got to get back over this 1197 to do anything. There we go. 50s. Can we push up some more? Possibly. 60s. Okay. Looking for it to start getting back over 1055. 300 shares in now, so I'm not adding any more. Just gonna let it play. If it can get back over this 1135, great, but you know, it's gonna have to do some work. $10 slap. So let's see if we can get any under 10. Oh, no, we can't. So a test back to 1193 is what I'll be looking for. But this thing wants to cook me, bro. What is going on? Eight, 6 million. Sometimes they just have to cook, though. Giving it some time, see if buyers come in there. Looking at this low side. Let's see, low side of 950s. Top side of this is 995. $9.95. We got my level all the way back up here, basically. I mean, that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. This thing is cooking me, but I'm gonna manage a bad position here. I have to. Cause yeah, if I get back green, I am guaranteed to be taking some. See you go. And you start trading some type of upward range. Back over 10, preferably. Cause you didn't hurt my feelings. No, I'm kidding. This thing really bounced down in there though, for real. Like a lot. Come on, big boy. See if it can hold 10, man. But I am definitely on the fence on this one because, you know, 10 is one of those spots where it can be very, very bad for you. Very bad if it can't just break over. There's 10 on nines. I mean, if it can hold 10, we'll see if it can get back to 1150s. But man, this is one of those trades. It's like, bro, it's got the catalyst. It's got all of that stuff. It does not have the most volume on the day for sure. Um, but we'll see what it can do. And 10 is becoming what looks like some type of resistance. Just not holding up 10 for sure. ATR on this one is $1.49. So usually moves $1.49. So, you know, from where it is now, I don't know if it can recover. Still above ATR highs. ATR highs down here at 773, but yeah, that loss may be a little bit too big. Big boy. So EVOC going back down. Let's look at EVOC real quick. So EVOC making its way on down. We'll see if more people come back over to KZIA, but I'm not sure. Getting further and further away, and this line is probably going to be resistance for sure. So I mean 1146 and all the way up to 1211s. I mean, it's got to get all the way back up there just to get me back over risk, which is not great. Hmm. 8 o'clock, top of the hour. I guess it'll be 9 o'clock Eastern time. Seeing 950s on the bid. Definitely not good. Yeah, I don't like this volume drying up. It's just getting a little bit of volume ever so often, but yeah, being at 6 million when we got things up, 63, whatever, however many millions of shares, just like, bro, come on, man. Just need some higher lows, bro. 994. Okay. Can we start holding tens is the question. 1016, nice. Still got a way to go, man. Yep. Still got a ways to go. Came up there to 10, but still getting that rejection. Giving it a second. At this point, I'll be happy to see 11. $6 million. Back down to 10. Can we make higher highs than 10? Got about 30 minutes until the open. See if we can start to identify any type of uptrends other than this, because this up here is just like a wall. And I don't know if it's going to be able to crack that wall at 1169s. $302s. Evoke continued upward. So Evoke left us in the dust. Proc, Evoke, and Evoke had news on the day too. So it got going and just kept running. All right. $10. $10 too. 10 bucks is a problem. Get us up, get us up. Opening up below. So this is the third time it's come down here. 1, 2, 3. And now we're below 993. So it may start using that as resistance, which is not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Just haven't found any type of respect for anything yet. Especially not the $10 level. $20 until the open. We have a flat top here of the 1017s that has been concocted through here. 10, well, let's just say 1025s. Okay. And we'll see how it does at that level at the open. $2 move back up to the upside. This slowdown is killing me. Oh my goodness. Evoke back under 7. Starting to come back up. We'll see if it treats this as $10 as a new level of resistance. $10 on the ask. $9.98. New trend there. Oops, wrong one. See how it holds this one. Let's see to the right. Can you start getting over these levels? 10 and 1025 is looking like the places that it needs to get over. 10, 1025. 15 minutes left, just about. It's like finding an uptrend in a haystack of needles, and everything's sticking you. 15 minutes about to close. Evok definitely put his running shoes on and kind of got away from us. 24 million shares traded on it, but we're gonna see what this one can do. First trade was definitely, I took 3 trades on this one. So I took one trade, then I took a 200, tried to size down, and then I added back to this 300. But my average price is at 11.57, which is quite a ways away. $100 for me right now is at 11.91, and I don't think that's gonna cover my loss, that first loss. So we'll see where this wants to go. Maybe it'll just hold flat here into the open. But yeah. 1025 is definite test level for this one. Okay, let's see what we got. So Proc, BMGL, Evok went on up there. Boom. And boom. And this one's just holding flat here. Hmm. Literally 15 minutes, man. 15 minutes. We want to just see it. See what it can do up towards 1150s, going towards 12. Problem is, it may actually go down first on the open, then go up. So definitely may sit through some pain here at 975, maybe even down to 9s, because these can make quite a bit of a range. Shares volume drying up. So will I take an L today on this is the question. Because this one has definitely been surprising for sure. You know, that first trade, I kind of got greedy up here. I reached the $100 mark, and it slammed on me. So I was like, ah. And then I was like, okay, well, it's re-upping. It's coming back up. And maybe now it's ready to go. But yeah, continued failures. Uh, 90 is okay. So holding a little bit higher there. We got a new little trend out here. Is it going to respect this level though? It just keeps on disrespecting by breaking down. So I'm not sure. See? And it opens back up right here. How is that? 10 minutes left until the open. And I'm looking for that test over 1026 to start getting this one going higher. EVOX still running up the bank as well. 817. Yeah, EVOC. What was that news? It was a allowance for U.S. patent. That's what it was. I'm on the cancer catalyst right now, so just waiting for the cancer to wake up. Oh, it did pop up a little bit here. See if we can get back over 1025s. Can't believe it took me down like this. But a lot of times I realize on my trades, it's the right idea, wrong timing. So I'm going to let it, try to get up. 21 minutes left. Let it start showing us the uptrend if it's going to do it. Because I think this chemotherapy is going to beat out everything else, hopefully. And that's going to be my it's going to be my dosage on the day. Hopefully this doesn't end up killing me. 1003s, 1010s, but still hasn't broke over that 1020. Okay. Getting something there. But still I might have to redraw my levels because I'm not sure about any of these anymore. Got about 8 minutes left. So just hovering on that 10 level right now. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. 7 minutes left. Like I said, it might go down before it goes up. Definitely want to see it hold up above those ATRs. The next ones that are going to populate here in 6 minutes. That's 75s. Can I get the shorts in here on this one? I don't know. Less than 5 minutes to the open. Oh boy, one of those. It's one of those. Either I'm right about the chemotherapy, or I'm gonna be really wrong, like sweaty wrong. 3 minutes left. Continue to play around with that 10 level. So this will be 3 times wrong if I meant wrong on this, and I just take my loss and be like, you know what? I was wrong multiple times, so I can't even touch this anymore. $10.09s. Multiple tests are right under that 1025 level. I'm gonna give it the first couple minutes to trade. See if we can get through that 1025. Probably the first 5 minutes. See if it does a turnaround. Less than 2 minutes here. An evoke. Let's look at it coming into the open here. All the way up here. So it has I mean, if it keeps going, then wow, but it's up 200 something percent. And all it got is a patent approval. So I like my chances on this one actually. Let's see. It's probably going to go down before it goes up, though. I don't know how far down, but you know. See if we can identify any type of new uptrend after it does what it's going to do here. 30 seconds left. Looking for it to get over this 1026, 1025-ish level. Start to ramp on up. ATRs are about to populate here. It'd be great if the ATR high is right here at 1026. That'll be dope. Okay. Let's see. Open there. Where are my ATRs? ATR high is at the 990, even closer. So definitely a push over this 990 back up to 1026 is going to be some gasoline if we can do it. See if we can get over that ATR high, 991. It's the first minute of the day. All right, so let's see if we can find any type of beginning uptrend here. A little bit of a pull up. Okay, so we'll see if we can get back over. Needs to get back over those ATR highs. Where is that respect level coming in there? Can we get 975s back up there? 7 million shares traded on this one. It's the first 2 minutes. Yeah, a little slip down there. All right, so the bottom here was 924. Let's see what that pullback looks like. So this is the first 5 minutes. Definitely getting some motion to the downside though. All right, can we start spotting any kind of uptrend? Any kind of uptrend. All right, that looks good. What about anything else? So ATR high is right here at the 992. That's where it needs to break. Gotta identify uptrend first though. First 5 minutes. What you doing in the first 5 minutes, big boy? Okay, so 2. Let's see if we can continue to hold up. Hold up, big boy. 2 minutes left. So it's under the ATR lows. If it can't turn around, first 5 minutes is usually like a good signal. If it can't turn around, then it's probably gonna be fading. But we'll see. Back over the high of 921. We can start working that high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need to get back over the high of 919. Was not able to do it. Okay. Right at that $9 whole dollar level. Very surprised we're getting this kind of move downward on that catalyst. Maybe the catalyst was weaker than I thought. 11 times the normal volume, all of that good stuff. So I really don't know why it's getting this kind of prejudice. But bottom of this one was 884. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can it start pushing up, and can we identify uptrend? Is the question. Let's go look at the 15 minute. 15 minute had a nice little downturn in here. The top side where it faced this first level of problems was 1210. I was just sure it was going to be holding up better than this. Like, come on, brother. All right, 939. Anyway. $9 just holding like a brick wall. All right. So we got somewhat of a little stoppage, but I don't know if it's going to continue to hold this 883. I want to see some upward movement before I put in any kind of stop. At least, I mean, it's got room back to 968s right now. Okay, and then the top side of this was 907. So let's see if we can identify any type of uptrend. Nope. All right. Well, it's like I'm gonna have to cut this one. This is tripping. So this is 2 times down here with a little bit higher low. It's got to start holding that. Got to start holding something. And we get back to those nines. Got 7 million shares traded. Let me see. I don't see any volume, heavy volume coming in down here. So I'm not sure it's done going down. Crazy, man. Is it the first 10 minutes? I'm gonna have to jump off of here in 2 minutes. Actually, I gotta get to my meeting. I'm gonna let this play and see where it goes from here. Boy, gee whiz. See where it goes from here and let you guys know. I just don't want to. I'm tired of selling out of good ideas when I'm in it, and then I'm like, bro, I could have been holding this. It did exactly what I thought it was gonna do. But still, ATR high is up here at 992. 992 there. So we'll see if it can actually start to respect a level and find new highs above this. So we'll just keep our eyes on all of this. And I'm gonna have to circle back around with y'all later on today in the Discord because I got to get to this meeting. I didn't think it was gonna take this long. Did not expect any of this. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to end up placing a stop and looking for it not to come back down here, but I need to see some more upward movement. All right, there's 951. It has this test point up here at 1026 if it can get there. But yeah, once it crosses these ATRs, I'm definitely going to be hard stopping in here. But yeah, that's it for today. I got to get out of here. and I will let you guys know how this goes in the Discord. All right, y'all. Appreciate you for tuning in, and maybe next time I see y'all, I'll be in the green. But for now, it's got to get back over tens. Yeah, I gotta close this down. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Let's see.